Hey guys, thanks for tuning in on the new video that Nissan released recently about the new up-and-coming Nissan Z sports car. Throughout this video, I'm just going to simply give an overview of what I think the new sports car might be, the new details they released, and what's potentially to come with the Z sports car. Getting things started, I'm not going to watch the entire video they released. I'm sure many of you guys may have already seen that, and I'm personally trying to avoid any copyright strikes or copyright infringement issues. So all I'm going to do is simply just cover a few glimpses I see from the review trailer, such as this one right here, right? A few things I've noticed is that the car looks smack alike like the current existing Mark V Supra. I say that because of its overhanging front, the very short sloping rear, and the the C pillar looks very similar to the Mark V Supra. Besides that, I can see there's potential for there to be some differences between the two cars. And I know it's pretty easy to compare one car to another, and honestly that could be a little unfair, but to be as truthful as possible, I do see a lot of similarities. But I know that Car and Driver recently released a few photos not too long ago of what's to come with the new 400Z, what they call it, the Z35. I don't know. The car does seem to be pretty promising. And for example, we've seen the pretty familiar headlight design that have been showing up on a few pictures throughout the internet. And I may find a good clip right here. A pretty good close-up, right? Looks pretty nice. And I've already seen this myself, and I'm sure you guys have as well. One thing that definitely caught my attention, as well as many people's attention throughout the comments section of this video, is this clip right here. So this clip right here shows someone gripping a gear lever, right? And I think it's a pretty good way for Nissan to throw in a little hint towards them releasing a car with a 6-speed manual. Otherwise, why would it be some guy just gripping onto some automatic, gear shift lever and just putting it into sport mode, right? I think it's a pretty good way for them to hint to, hey, we are releasing a sports car, unlike other cars, that being that it's going to come with a 6-speed manual. Many purists would prefer to have a car that resembles a car company's lineage of their past, such as Nissan going with the 6-speed manual in this case. And it would definitely be pretty disappointing if they were to somehow troll people into thinking that, hey, we got you there, it's actually going to be only an automatic car. But Nissan being Nissan, I'm sure they'd keep it professional and just have a car with a good old 6-speed manual. Besides that, I'm sure those are pretty much the only important glimpses throughout this entire video. They have some pretty cool cars in here. You see the beautiful 300ZX, you see the beautiful Datsun, some awesome cars that definitely define Nissan's past. Nonetheless, my biggest worry of what's to be with this car is that what we're seeing here could be the prototype. I would not want it to be the case, whereas this car that we're going to see on September 16 is a prototype and not the actual production model of the car. Pretty much having people somewhat disappointed with the Mark V Supra. You saw the amazing FT's concept of what the Supra, was as a concept car. And then you see a production version, which is what is on sale today. And don't get me wrong, the production car is pretty great, but the concept car was a whole nother level of just great looks. And, it's just something that could definitely be the case here with the Z sports car, the Z prototype. I hope I'm just completely in the wrong right here, and that on September 16 they are going to reveal the production model of what's to be with the Z35. I'm seeing the description right here. They definitely have not mentioned anything along the lines of production car or prototype, so there's no way of telling of whether it's going to be simply a production car. So let's hope that's the case. I mean, it says right here, combining a retro theme with modern technology, it won't disappoint. Let's hope they don't disappoint with this being a prototype. Regardless, I know Nissan has released some pretty cool cars recently. Their completely refreshed Altima, the new electric crossover looks pretty darn nice too. So seeing with them going with a cool new design language, using a pretty cool power plant too, the twin turbo V6. I forgot the engine code for that, forgive me, but I know it's used in the Q60 Red Sport. Pretty darn good car, putting around 400 horsepower crank, and many aftermarket companies have experimented with those cars and pushed out some pretty good numbers. And I hope that's the case with this car right here.